All right, welcome to episode 8. And this train just finished pulling in that cut for this was the LAJ cut. So I just relinquished these and I just want to shut them down just so they're not sitting here idling for a while. And then I can relinquish. And we need to go and check on the train going to Trona. And I think we'll just watch it for a minute or two as it makes its way into Searles' yard. So the train just finished pulling into Searles' yard, and as you can see here, it's almost at the end of the track. And the back of the train is still in the tunnel. I think the DPUs are actually still in, yeah, they're inside the tunnel. We got a little bit of slack action. I'm in control now, but I haven't touched anything since I had auto relinquish. So now what I want to do is move up enough so that the first coal car here is sitting somewhere right around here by this switch, almost at the end of the track. So I got to throw this one. But we're going downhill here, and it's a little tricky because we got a lot of weight. And I don't want to have to push. I need to split the train between the track it's currently on and then this one next to it. But I don't want to have to be pushing anything back up the hill. So the goal here is to do it in a way that is going to be the most efficient. So to start here, I'm going to have to go right into dynamics. And we're going to have to take this real slow. Let's actually jump in here. Let's get the dynamics going already. And I'll pull off the independent brake. But I think I'll actually keep it on at like maybe 10. I might not, yeah, I'm not even going to release the train brake here. I just want to keep us moving at like, oh, let me get the DPU screen up. I just want to keep us moving real slow. Oh, and I also need the fence up because the rear, oh, it's in the tunnel, so I guess it's at the summit. I can leave it like that. All right, we're not, shoot. Because if I release the air brakes, we're gonna have an issue. All right, let me go back into dynamics, and then we're gonna have to release. Actually. Let me try one other thing here real quick. Let me go out of dynamics. And I'm going to see if I can just overcome the train brake with the throttle. Just enough to move us up a little bit. Oh yeah, that's probably the way to go. Because if I release that train brake, we're going to have major problems. Because it won't charge up fast enough to stop us real quick. So this is working good. So we're continuing to pick up speed, it looks like. Or are we slowing back down? Nice and easy. Let's go with some independence. See if I could bring it to a stop because I need to split the train back near the tunnel. And I'm realizing now I probably should have done that first and then started moving. All right. Pull it back out of dynamics, put it in neutral. We got full independent. Nice and easy. Top out. All right, let's take a look. Let me take a look here. So I need to go up just one more car length. And I need to split it. We're going to be going off onto this track. So I can flip that switch. I might have messed up, but hopefully we'll get lucky here because I can pull up one more car length, but I need to get this switch as well. So I'm going to have to cut it here. And I'm going to have to pull up like 2 more car lengths. So I think I might have already gone. Let me save this camera spot. I might have already gone too far. Oh no, I can go 2 or 3 car lengths. So I think we're probably good. Yeah. I think we're going to be, hopefully we'll be just right. So back here, I'm going to have to cut it right here. And then these cars will start going to the right and on that track. And then this one's going to pull forward another 3. Shoot. It's going to be tight. Well, I guess worst case scenario, I could pull one off the front and back up 1 or 2 onto this other track. If it doesn't fit, that wouldn't be a problem. All right, so I'm going to set some handbrakes over here. And then what I need to do is get to the rear. Oh. Huh. Wait a second. Can I walk through the tunnel over here? Oh, I can't. So I'm going to have to do this. I want to make sure that AOT is deactivated so when we uncouple it doesn't dump the air. Man, that would be rough in real life, having to go in that tunnel. You wouldn't be able to breathe in there with all the fumes, probably. All right, now I can split it right here. And I don't want to dump the air here because I got the engines. Don't want to put it into emergency. Oh, shoot. No way. Not a problem. All right, I'm going to hit F5 and just pull the parking brakes, handbrakes back off. And I'm just going to push this forward with the DPU. So let's go back to the lead. We'll put the fence up. Put it in forwards. Pull off the independent brake. Oh no, that's not what we want. How am I going to hold the front and push from the rear? Let's see if I can't, because the independent brake's on the rear. I just want to pull it off of the DPUs so I can just push them forward. Oh, you know what I can do? I could put some handbrakes on the front. Let's hop back in, see if that's enough to hold it. All right, now can I release the independent? Hopefully the front doesn't move. Yes. Perfect. Now you can see the rear DPU's just released up in the top right. But we're not moving because we've got the handbrakes on the lead unit. So now I'm going to hop back over here. I just want to see because oh no, the brakes are still applied here, so those wouldn't have moved. So I need to there's still too much force there. So now I got the fence up, and we're having DPU errors because it's in the tunnel still. So this is a great challenge here. So now I'm just going to throttle up the DPU and see if that's enough to push and get rid of that slack. Might have to go not 2 notches. Oh, there it goes. Okay, good. So the slack should be out. Oh, I should actually set a handbrake here. Set a couple of these too, because I need this to bunch up. Still too much force. All right, let's go back to another notch on the DPU. See if it'll push this forward. Let me put another handbrake over here. Try another notch. Let me just jump back to the cab. I'm in notch 1 on the rear, okay. It's starting to push yet? Let's try another notch in the rear. I think I hear him throttling up. There we go. Yes. Now I can notch those back down. We'll go full independent. Perfect. And then I'll pull these back off. Wait a second. Oh, how did that? What happened there? How did these get released? Did I release them? Oh yeah, I hit F5 because oh geez. Shoot. I had released them to push forward because I was pushing forward from the rear and I forgot to throw them back on. Darn it. I don't know if we're going to make this switch now. Well, I should be able to back up with the rears a little bit. So hopefully we're okay there. So now let's check the front. Oh, we're looking good up here. Oh yeah, we got plenty of room. So I'll pull all the handbrakes off up here, and then I'm just going to ease out of the independent and see if we can get it just moving up, creeping forward. And I think I'll cut it when this first coal car gets in line with this yellow switch. a little too much. A little too heavy on the brakes there. What are we looking like in the back? Because I actually got to go. Yeah, I actually have to go further. I think I'm going to have to pull one off the front. Because by the time this is forward enough to clear, because this is what really counts, is up here. I can deal with the front. That's no problem. So I think I'll just watch it from back here until this clears. Let's take it a little bit further. Okay, that should be good to start slowing it down, bring it to a stop here. Nice. Let's go back to the front. Yeah, this one went too far, so I'm just going to bring it with me. That's fine. Actually, I'll bring two with me. So I messed that up. It's going to give me a little bit of extra work, but not bad at all. I'm just going to set up. I'm not even counting. I'm just setting a whole bunch here. Then I'll leave that open. And then I'm just going to back these two up onto the next track, which that's obviously a breeze to back up two cars. You just don't want to be making a move where or I don't want to be making a move where I'm backing up an entire cut of these heavy coal cars up the hill. Just unnecessary. I want to use the gravity of that hill to my advantage. But yeah, what I should have done from the beginning was I should have went back and counted the cars and figured out where I needed to uncouple and split the train before it started moving initially. Oh, I gotta go further. I gotta clear the next switch. Where's that at? Oh, it's this one. This one here. So if I had done this right, I wouldn't have to be backing up onto this track. All right, I'm going to stop and just leave these here for now, and then I'm going to take care of the other half of the train first. So I got the independent on. I'm just going to relinquish this these lead units. We'll leave them there. And then let's go back here. And I think, gosh, that's as close as you could get to being on the switch. And I don't know which way it's going to take the cars, but I'll flip the switch. And I think just to be safe, I'm going to, so we don't have any kind of any further issues, I'm just going to hop in here and pull forwards. We're really struggling here. There we go. Is it moving? Let's jump back here. Yes, it's moving. Good. I thought we might have an issue being that I split the train and everything, but we're looking good. Okay, so now the switch is thrown. I can notch down, and then I'm actually going to put it into dynamics. And I think I'll even go right into D1. Oh, you know what? I got to put it into reverse. There, now back into dynamics. Are we not going to roll back? Maybe we're just enough on this crest. We got to start rolling. Or maybe the front is, maybe we're just straddling the crown. All right, let's give it a notch. Push it this way. I got all the handbrakes released. Let's check our brake chart. Yeah, everything's released. We must be pushing uphill a little bit at the locomotive end. Now it's picking up speed, so I'll switch over to dynamic. And I'm going to have to do a minimum set on the train brake because we're picking up speed even with the dynamics at 70. I want to try to keep our speed under control here. Now I'm pulling the dynamics off because those train brakes are definitely helping slow it down. I didn't even check. I really hope this cut fits. Although I guess it's okay, because if it doesn't, it would only be a few extra cars I could put on the next track. Well, this is perfect. With that minimum set on the train brake, it's just holding at 5.3 miles an hour. And I got the dynamics at 0, so I've got plenty of stopping power. I've heard that the dynamics are not supposed to really do much or be that effective under, I thought I've read 10 miles an hour, but in run 8 they work all the way down to 0, I want to say. So I don't know if it just depends on the locomotive. All right, I'm going to pull out of the dynamics. Oh, shoot, I had the brakes on. I forgot to bail. All right, just bailed. And I'm giving it 1 notch just to push a little bit, even though the train brake's still applied. Throw on some independent to slow it down further. Perfect. Perfect. I'll hook up this air hose, and I should be able to open these both all the way. This probably doesn't really matter because I'm dropping them off, but let's just set it back for the next crew. All right, so that's set, and then now I can just make sure. Oh yeah, see these, I messed that up too because I hit F5 before, and I think oh no, I don't know if I never actually did set handbrakes on those. I just had those, the independent on those. But now that we've stopped, I can set these. Oh, actually, before I do that, let me just check the rear. Oh, good, perfect. Because if the rear was still hanging off, we'd have more to do in the front. So let's go back to the front. Just want to make sure I got enough brakes set. That should be good. And then I can leave that open. I'll close this one. And then I'm going to set this as the lead unit. Make sure that's still closed. All right, I'll back up a little bit. And I need to pull the handbrakes. Oh no, they are off on here. Okay, so I can back up. And now the power stays out here until the next empty train back. Once we get empties from the Trona plant, then these same units will take them back to Mojave. So I need to put this power over here on the Y. I think that should be good right here to stop it. I'm not sure if there's an exact spot. They just leave them somewhere here on the Y, or they put them up at the end. I'm not sure, but I think this is fine for now. So I can shut these down, put the handbrakes on. And then I can relinquish. So we're done with those. Now all I got to do is pull the rears off. Oh shoot, I dumped the air on there. I forgot. I needed to close this one before uncoupling on the other side. Or actually, this one was the important one. So I gotta fix this. So I gotta go put it in neutral, put the train brake, and now you see we got this. We gotta wait 60 seconds. You just gotta put it in neutral and then put the train brake on to suppression, basically as far as it goes before emergency, and then wait 60 seconds. And while we're waiting there, actually, I think I might have left headlights on in here. Let's see, are the headlights on? Yeah, we got all these switches can be turned off. Gauge lights turn off. And it looks like the lights are off. How about on this side? Headlights are off. Switches are off. Okay, good. All right, so now we're in neutral and I can release the train brake. guess I could put a few handbrakes on here too. But now I can back this up. And all I got to do is just release the independent because the slope will bring it down. Yeah, I wonder if there's any kind of rules here as far as where to put these units. Like, do they want this Y to be? Well, I guess you'd still be blocking it even if you put them over here. I'm just wondering, like, would the Trona Railway use this to turn around? Probably not. So it's probably okay to just leave them here. I think I'll just do that. But if I'm wrong, let me know. If you have an idea, let me know what the rules are. All right, we can shut this one down. These are all switches are off. Oh, we got to put our handbrakes on. We don't want these things rolling away. And I'll relinquish. And that's it. Until the empties show up. I think that's it. It's kind of a cool picture here. Get a screenshot. Maybe that'll be the thumbnail. We got to put our switches back. And then let's take a look and just make sure we're done. Everything's locked down. Switches are aligned. Everything's in the right track and clear. I think this switch could stay because this is the one that, if you go straight, that just dead ends. So I think you'd want to leave that yellow one the way we have it. And then this red one probably as well. Actually, this one I'll flip back because you could, there's a couple different ways you could go through the yard, I guess. But we're looking good, so I think that'll end episode number 8. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I hope you try this one. This is, if you want a challenge, this is really a good challenge with this slope and the extreme weight and disconnect and power. And I know I already made some mistakes, but I would say it actually went pretty smooth. There's a few things I could have done better, but I think for the most part, we got the job done. So stay tuned for the next one. Thanks for watching.